Welcome back. We are still going to learn more about school. And today's category is supplies. So the stuff that we use in any of our classrooms that we're in, if it's in art and in our own classroom, or if you're with another teacher. So let me show you some pictures, and I also have other supplies that I don't have a card for, but I know we use in the classroom. All right? Like first, what we all need is, what is this? It's a pencil, all right? A pencil. We need this to write, all right? Every time that we want to write on a piece of paper, we have to write, okay? So, what's cool about this pencil, though, let's say your pencil, it breaks, all right? Don't do that, though. Let's say it breaks, and now you can't write it. What do you need to be able to fix that problem? How do we sharpen it? Yeah, that's right. You use a sharpener, all right? Now, in the classroom, a lot of the teachers, they have an electric sharpener where you put it in and it sharpens it for you. Now, some of us have like a handheld sharpener, okay? It's where, well, it's probably going to make a mess, so let me put something down for it. Like a piece of paper, all right? And you sharpen your pencil, all right? See, look at that. We got pencil shavings coming right out. You see that? So it's starting to sharpen the pencil. And then after a while, you do it a few more times, and then it gets sharp again. And then you can write. Okay. So, let me just put that over to the side. So again, we have a pencil and used to write. Now let's say that you don't have a normal pencil like this, which, if you look at this pencil, also has an eraser at the end. So you use it when you mess up. All right, let's say that, this eraser is gone. You'll need another eraser. All right, now erasers come in many different shapes, okay? So you have it like this. You can have an eraser like this. So if you make a mistake, you can erase or use the one at the end of your pencil. And let's say this is gone. You can put an eraser like this on top. It's called an eraser top. See? So then you can erase as well. All right. But again, before I switched to erasers, because I remember that is a very important part of the pencil, is that pencils don't always look like this. Sometimes we have a mechanical pencil. All right, mechanical pencil is usually plastic, and you push the back of it, and I don't know if you can see, but lead keeps coming out. See? Look at that. All right? You have to buy lead like this for pencils like this. All right? And usually, you take off the eraser, and you drop it in, put the eraser back on, and then you keep pressing it, and then eventually the lead will come back out, and then you write. All right, so that is our pencil and our eraser. All right, now you're going to need something to write on, right? And I just showed you, this is notebook paper, all right? This is paper that we write on, like at school. Now, usually you can find it like this, or it's in a notebook. A notebook is a book filled with notebook paper that you can write in. And it keeps your papers organized, okay? Now, sometimes teachers also give you computer paper. Usually, that's when you draw and then, you use different colors. So if you want paper to work with that doesn't have lines, you get computer paper. Now, sometimes also, I know, I'm showing you all the different papers, your teacher will give you like a Post-it where you write and then it sticks. Usually, teachers will give you this to use as like a bookmark, a place where you can put it in a book and it holds your spot. All right, or they give you a note card. All right, a note card is where it's a little tiny card. It's thicker than paper, and you write notes on it, or you can write little phrases or sentences. And on one side, it is lined, and on the other side, it is not. It's not always like that, though. It just depends on which ones you buy. All right, now we're going to move on. So we know how we can use a pencil to write with. But what about different colors? All right, let's say you want to use markers, which I know a lot of you love using markers. All right, now markers like this, they come in all different colors. All right, but not all markers are used to color, because you also have dry erase board markers, where you write on a dry erase board. So when you write on that, like we do at school to usually practice our math, you can easily erase it. See? Now, usually use an eraser and not your finger. Now, we also have other types of markers. We have a highlighter. So let's say we have some writing on a piece of paper, and I'll show you. Like on this one, I will write, "Hi, Mr. V," since that is me. All right? So there's my name. And now let's say that you're reading a story and your teacher says, "Oh, highlight this sentence," or highlight, "Hi, Mr. V." So you take your highlighter and you just put it over those words, and it highlights it. So it makes sure that it's important. That's something you want to remember. Now that's what you use a highlighter for. There's also markers that we use that are permanent markers. They're like Sharpies, okay? Now this is very important not to play with, because usually when you write on something with a Sharpie, it stays there. You can't get it off, all right? So these are markers that we use to like label things where we don't want the ink to come off. So these are very important not to mess with. And the reason why I'm holding two is, if you can see, one's brown and one's black, okay? Markers come in all different colors, which is really cool. All right, next, if you want to use markers, we also have crayons, all right? Crayons, you can use this to color with. Now, crayons are like this. They come in a 24-pack. How about a 48-pack? It's huge. And when you open them up, you get all those different colors to use. So that's very great to color with, and I know we use a lot of it in the classroom. Or sometimes we have color pencils, all right? So it's kind of shaped like a pencil, but they're all different colors that you use to color with, all right? Now let's say that your teacher is like, "Hey, we're not going to use markers, we're not going to use crayons, and we're not going to use color pencils to color with. We are going to use paint." Now, paint can be very messy, but so much fun. And I know a lot of you love to paint, especially in like Mrs. Stett's classroom, the art teacher, all right? But if you have all the different color paints, what are you going to need to get the paint out and paint with? You're right, it is a paintbrush. And what's cool about paintbrushes, they come in different sizes too, and they look different, all right? That's the word. So look. We have one that's bigger, and it's brown. It's more professional looking. And look, this is bigger, and this one's really tiny. All right? So paintbrushes come in different sizes. Now, let's say that you drew a picture on a piece of paper, and you want to get it off or cut it out. You are going to need scissors. All right? Scissors lets you cut paper or cut things, all right? So like this. See? Scissors. But be careful, because scissors are very sharp. So if you're going around and carrying these around the room, you want to make sure that you hold this end in your hand. So just in case when you're walking or fall or anything like that, you're protected. It won't hurt you. Never do this. That is no. You got to hold it like this, okay? You better keep yourself safe. All right, now let's say you cut a piece of paper, and it could be different colors or anything, and you want to glue it. Glue it is an item that we use to stick like paper on other pieces of paper. Now, if you look at this glue, you see it's white, and a lot of the times our glue bottles that we have at school are white, but you can also get clear. Or I think a lot of us like to use glue sticks, all right? It's where you take the cap off, or if you have glue like this, and you open it up, you put some glue on. Hopefully it's going to come out. Oh, I don't know if you see it. You see that little dot right there? And you put it on the paper. And then you stick it onto your other piece of paper. And now look, it stays there. It's glue. It helps you, I can say glue, but stick other pieces of paper to paper. So like when we do sorts and stuff at school, that's what we do. Now, another thing that we use is a ruler. Check that out. Now, a ruler helps you measure things because it has numbers on them. So it tells you how long something is, like this eraser, all right? It's like 2 inches, all right? Or on a piece of paper, if you hold it down flat, and I'll show you, hold it down flat, take your pencil, and you do a line next to it, it helps you make a straight line. So that is pretty cool too. So that is a ruler. Now here's some other items that I know we have at school that usually the teachers use. So we have a stapler where you staple a piece of paper. Usually you do that to have more papers like stapled together. So if I fold this, let's say this was 2 pieces of paper, and I staple it, now look, it's together, all right? You staple it. Or let's say, again, that you accidentally cut something you weren't supposed to, right? And you're like, oh no, like, Mr. V, I wasn't supposed to cut that. What do you think we're going to need? Tape. We'll need tape. So you take a piece of tape, like this, and then you put it on the spot where you're trying to fix. So I'm going to put the pieces of paper next to each other, and then I've laid down the tape, and I put it back. And now look, it's back together. Some other things that you might see is, oh, sorry, you want to see me? It's a paper clip. All right, paper clip. Let's take these 2 cards, for instance. Put a paper clip on them. It keeps them together. Even though there's 2 cards, paper clip keeps them together. It helps organize and sort things and keep them together. All right, another thing is a rubber band. All right, rubber bands are very stretchy and they can hurt if you accidentally let go. So, like those markers that we had, if you want to keep them all together, you take a rubber band and you wrap it around, and now look, they are together. That is a rubber band. All right, and I know we use pencils to write with, but sometimes people want to use a pen. All right, the only issue is that when you use a pen to write with, you're using ink instead of pencil lead. Because, like, look, if you write with a pencil, let's say, hi, but you mess up and you don't like the way it looks, remember, you take your eraser and you erase it and it goes away. Now, if you use a pen and you write hi and you mess up and you don't like it, an eraser won't work. So when you use a pen, it stays there. So then usually you have to cross it out and then try again, but then that just gets messy. So, but pens are really fun to write with too, and they come in different designs too, or different colors. So pens are really fun to work with. All right, last thing that I want to show you is a piece of chalk. Now, some of our rooms still have like a chalkboard, and you can write with a piece of chalk. But in our classrooms, we mainly use dry erase boards with a dry erase marker. All right. Now, those are some items that I know we have in our classrooms that we use. Now, let me go over the cards one more time, and then we'll review at the end. So we have a pencil, eraser, notebook, markers, crayons, paints, paintbrush, which you use for the paint, scissors, glue, and a ruler. Alright friends, remember you can rewatch this video as many times as you need to. Make sure you stop, look at the words, try to name the items before I show you the words too. And also think about the other things that we use in our classroom that I didn't show, that I didn't have here, or I didn't have on the cards. Alright, because I know there's a lot more things that we use at school. All right, enjoy.